What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with some interesting gaming news that I came across over the weekend. Was actually just doing some research online for a few things and came across this interesting little article regarding GameStop and something that they're starting to do with some of their business practices that I found a little bit interesting. Now, according to this article, which I'll post below if you guys want to go read it, GameStop is no longer going to be offering console bundles that feature digital games. And what I mean by this is, like, for example, with the new Madden that's coming out, they're doing a special Xbox One console bundle for that, and it's going to have a digital digital code for the game. A lot of you guys might know, if you've bought a console bundle or bought digital games, you just get a code for the game when you go online and download it. Whereas before, you used to actually get a physical copy of the actual game when you bought your bundle. Now, there's been a few things about this in recent news. Of course, 343 recently had the big thing with their Master Chief Collection, or not the Master Chief Collection, with the Halo 5, where they were doing the Collector's Edition, but they were not including an actual physical copy of the game disc, and that caught them a lot of crap, and they actually wound up having to go back on that and adding in an ability to get a physical game disc. So, some interesting times going on, especially with digital games, and I'll give some of my own opinions at the end here, but this is pretty interesting considering this is GameStop. So GameStop has basically come out and they've said they are no longer going to offer console bundles or accept console bundles from the developers and the publishers that offer digital games. They only want to do them if they're going to have a physical copy of the disc. And I think GameStop, obviously, they have some very vested interest in this because, number one, as a lot of us know, they sell used games, and if they aren't offering a physical copy of the game, it's going to be kind of hard for somebody to bring that game back and trade it in or give it back to GameStop. And GameStop typically makes about 1/3 of their revenue off of used games, so it's still a pretty big business for them. And so I can see why they want to do this. Of course, I'm sure everybody's going to chime in with, oh, GameStop sucks and they're shady anyways, so screw them. So, and I get that, I understand that. GameStop is pretty bad, especially when it comes to trading in games. I tend not to talk too much trash about GameStop because my local GameStop here is a little bit of a smaller GameStop, and the guys that work there are actually pretty cool. When you come in, they don't hound you to buy all this crap and pre-order stuff. They're actually pretty decent guys, so I tend to try to not give GameStop a lot of crap, but I do think it is, kind of BS how you can buy a brand new game for like $60 and take it back like 2 days later, and they're like, oh, we'll give you $28 for that. It's like there's more depreciation on a GameStop video game than there is buying a brand new car. It's kind of funny. I just thought that was kind of interesting. I'm like, I just bought it 2 days ago for $60, and you're only going to give me $30 back now, So anytime I've had a used game that I've wanted to sell, it's a relatively new game, I'll usually try to sell it on eBay or Craigslist or something and try to at least get almost full price back for it, because if you take it to GameStop, you're just going to get completely screwed over when you trade that game in. Now, GameStop can be good for a few things, like they do come in handy if you just can't find a game anywhere else. A lot of the times they'll have it. You can usually get some decent coupons and things. If you're a Power Up Pro member, you can get quite a few interesting trade-in incentives and other things. So they have, it's kind of like the lesser of two evils sometimes with GameStop. They can be good for some things, they can be really bad for a lot of things. But like I said, my local GameStop, the guys that work there are pretty cool. They're pretty knowledgeable, actually, and they like to talk about games and things. They don't actually sit there and try to hound you to pre-order. And they know me pretty well because I go in there all the time, and they pretty much know not to ask me to pre-order anything or anything like that. But I just found this to be a very interesting thing. And some are saying it's a sign of desperation because GameStop's, their stock is not doing too well, and they think they're trying to do anything they can to prevent this conversion over to the digital age of gaming. And they say that, GameStop obviously making this move, they don't want to take any of these digital games, and they basically just want to make sure they're still going to have the ability to have those physical copies out there. And I can definitely see that. So I'm kind of interested in what you guys think about this, because my own personal opinion is I'm one of those people where I'm still kind of holding off on the whole digital thing. I still like to have a physical copy of a game, and maybe this just goes back to where I grew up, with the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, and just having this whole big collection of games, in the bookshelf or wherever you kept them. And I just like having that physical copy of the disc. Or the game cartridge or whatever it is. I'm not a huge fan of digital, although digital does have its benefits. You can buy the game early, you can pre-order and have it preloaded on your console already, so that when it comes out, it just downloads everything you need and you're good to go. But again, that's also kind of a trade-off if you live somewhere where the internet speeds are not great. Like where I live, that can sometimes, take a while when you're trying to download that digital game and get it onto your console. So it just depends. I mean, like I said, I'm kind of in this school of I still like to have the physical copy. I like having something, and the big thing for me is if I buy a game and I don't like it, having that physical copy gives me the ability to resell that game and get back a little bit of my money and maybe go buy something else or use that money for something else. So I don't like the fact that if you buy a digital game, you're pretty much stuck with it. There's nothing you can do with it if you don't like the game, you can't get rid of it. There's all kinds of things that go on there that might just be a negative side effect of buying a digital game. So let me know what you guys think. Do you enjoy getting digital content, digital games, or do you still prefer to buy the physical disc and then download anything later on that you might need digitally? Like I said, I'm still a fan of having the physical edition, being able to do what I want with that disc. If I want to let a friend borrow the game and let them play it, or maybe they want to buy it off me, or that's another thing you can't do with digital. You've got it on your console, you can't really share it with anyone unless you use like one of those. PlayStation's got the share feature and all that, but that stuff's just asking for trouble, as we've seen several times where people get on there and just do all kinds of insidious things with their their friends' games and consoles and things. But I just like having a physical disc. I don't see any need to not have it, but we can't argue really that digital is not the future. Everything is definitely going that way. Another thing they mentioned in this article is that digital gaming sales right now make up about 1/5 of overall games that are sold now. So it's definitely something that, compared to a couple of years ago, is definitely catching on, and something that is going to be something we'll be dealing with in the near future. So again, guys, let me know what you think about this. Of course, try not to hate too much on GameStop. I know there will probably be some of those comments, but let me know what you think overall about the whole digital versus physical when we're talking about getting a video game. I think it's a very interesting topic for conversation. But that's going to do it for me, guys. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Look forward to a couple more videos coming this week. We are going to get down into some hectic times here because I'm probably going to be moving either this weekend coming up or the next weekend. So I'm going to be trying to make some videos just in the background and have them ready to go so I can be uploading while I'm on the road and moving and things. But times are getting pretty hectic here, so hope everything's going good on your all's end. Like I said, hope you guys are having a great weekend. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.